Hello, hello, good people of the world, and welcome to the second episode of The Foreign Take. Today we'll be talking all things All-Star Weekend related. This will predominantly be more of it'll be basically a full basketball video, seeing as the current NFL season has obviously wrapped up.
There's nothing that's currently interesting that's worth noting. I mean, there's a couple like head coach changes and OC changes and stuff like that, but nothing that's like monumental that needs to be.
And we can talk about all that stuff when probably the free agency, period comes along.
That's fine,
as well as the draft class. I think we'll probably do a lot of stuff related to the draft.
Yes.
When that comes, so be ready for that, I guess, if you're specifically into football content. But if you are into the basketball side of things more, this should be your kind of episode. We'll start off talking about the All-Star weekend. We'll talk about the All-Star games. What did you make of the actual format? Kind of having, obviously last year we had multiple teams as well, but this year it was kind of separated into almost three. I mean, obviously it was three teams, but three kind of subsections. You have your stars, which were the stars were the young guns mostly. You have the stripes, which were, I'm gonna call them Team Unk, and then we had Team World, or at least whatever amalgamation of Team World that was left. How did you think the format helped in terms of increasing competitiveness within the All-Star
I don't know. I
game?
think it was a lot better than just having two teams, is what they usually have. So,
yeah, East versus West.
Yeah, and I think the three-team was. I like the tournament style play. I like the addition of Team World, and I do think the Unk versus young guys is an interesting concept. It's like every year a testing are the veterans better than the new guys, or the new guys better than the veterans?
Yeah.
So then it's just what's the state of the NBA? You can gauge that every year. I think it's interesting.
No, I definitely agree. I think there was a lot of actual potential. We both spoke about it. There were moments where, definitely in comparison to probably the last 5 years or so, there were moments where it did feel somewhat competitive. There was defense being played, and people were getting somewhat into it. It was somewhat
someone
competitive.
needs to tell Wemby this was an All-Star game and not a regular.
Wemby was bought. I mean, you see Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi was going crazy.
Kawhi Leonard, who, by the way, was almost not an All-Star. He only was an All-Star through injury replacement, which is absolutely obscene. When you look at his stats this year, which we will get onto a bit later on, his stats this year are actually better than his stats for the Raptors in 2019. So that's completely baffling that he wasn't an All-Star. But yeah, I think they could make maybe some slight adjustments to.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement.
I guess we're kind of still waiting for the point where Team World is at the point where they can just make their own team, and we can really just get that one-on-one between Team US, Team World. I think that game will be competitive.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'm
obviously going to be rooting for Team World.
Yeah, 100%. And by the way, all you people on Twitter, right? I looked on Twitter after Team World lost, right? They got swept. I understand. And as a Team World representative, actually, we are both Team World representatives. As Team World representatives, that is not a fair representation. I said representative into representation, but whatever. It's not a fair representation of Team World, because the four best players in the world, who are all from Team World, by the way, they didn't play. Jokic and Luka, they're both maintaining injuries. They came in, shot a couple fucking shots, and called it a day. They went back in their sweatpants and went home. Jokic is trying to watch his horses race, and Luka's trying to get a burger from Whataburger. He's trying to go back to Dallas. And then who did we actually end up seeing? You see Wemby, and you see scrubs. Not scrubs. They are obviously all-stars. But if you look at Team World, Team Stars, Team Stripes, the players that we actually end up seeing for Team World, Spicy P, Cat, Norman Powell. No disrespect to Norman Powell.
Was there.
Huh?
Avdia was there, no?
Yeah, sure, but this is not what I'm coming to see out of the All-Star games. These guys shouldn't be starting for Team World. They should be coming off the bench. This is the time where they're still making a name for themselves. Maybe separate to Cat and Spicy P, but definitely Denny Avdia, Norman Powell, both one-time All-Stars. They're not going to play that much yet. They were starting, basically. They were starting.
Well, they had to, because the best players just didn't play.
Yeah, the four best players in the world. And people from the US will continue thinking that, they have the best players. They have the best players, but they don't. Because if I don't have Cat and I have Jokic, if I don't have Spicy P and I have Giannis, if I don't have Jamal Murray and I have SGA, if I have Luka and not Norman Powell, I think Team World probably win that pretty easily, especially considering by the final game, Team Unk couldn't even run, which is why the final game was actually the worst game. So I don't take this as Team World. I take this as what I've told Cam this whole time. Team World be flat. Team World be flat, which Kyrie would love because according to KD, he loves Europeans, which we will talk about later as well. Anyway, sorry, I went on a bit of a yap.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'll
let you have your moment, and then I'll say my piece.
Yeah. Exactly. So obviously the young guys end up winning. Cade, Ant, and them. Ant is your All-Star MVP.
I agree with that. I see the point. I mean, obviously they won, so they're not going to give it to Kawhi, who was a contender for MVP.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi dropped 31 in an All-Star game. I've never seen anything like that.
So, I mean, there are, arguments for Kawhi, but I think Ant is a rightful winner. And I'm happy that the young guys won, although I wanted Team World. The young guys, it just shows that the face of the league, not the face of the league, sorry, the young guys, the league's in good hands.
Yeah.
The new talent coming in is better than the old going out. And it's a nice refreshment at the end of the day.
Do you think that they're better than them, or do you think that they're just younger, so they kind of have more of an edge?
I think there's elements to both. I mean, obviously the game develops, so the veterans are going to play the veteran type of play, and then the new guys are going to play the new guy type of play. So it's just kind of like it's hard to compare.
Right.
I think there are all elements to it. I think obviously stamina. I mean, the Unks were just gassed by the end of it.
I don't know why you would have the Unks play. I mean, I guess they wanted them to lose almost, but they had them play back to back, which if you've got a team, they played their back to back games and then the finals game, so they didn't have any break once they started playing.
Yeah.
Which surely of all the teams you would pick the youngsters to do that shift.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of gave the Unks the graveyard shift when they probably should have given them, priority, because I mean, these are still the people that most people are watching. As much
absolutely.
as I think maybe Ant, Cade, they probably are on their way to becoming these kind of star franchise face of the league-esque players. They're still not there. Maybe Ant's there. I don't know if Ant's there.
I think
Ant's on the
he's
cusp.
Got good potential. He's on the cusp. I would say he's on the cusp.
Yeah, and because Ant has that character. That's the thing. That's what we're missing from a lot of
because he talks shit and then he backs it up.
Exactly, so which it's so refreshing. So refreshing because I just want to see that dog. I want to see that. I want to see that. Woof, woof. You know what I mean?
All right, bro. You bark in your corner, bro.
Put a speed clip in there. No, that was crazy work. My bad. Okay. I agree. Really, I think this was the needed outcome. You needed kind of Team World or Team
Today, Junior.
Stars, sorry, not Stripes, to win. I always get confused.
Just
but
call them youngins and
you needed one of the younger teams to win. You couldn't have this Unk team win because what does that show to the NBA? It shows that realistically, all our best players are leaving soon. So why would you watch us?
Exactly.
Which I guess is one of the worries if you see KD, Steph, LeBron falling out the league.
They are on their way out.
Yeah, but there is that worry that
unfortunately.
Yeah, but I feel like there is that worry in the NBA internally that there's kind of going to be this you know how the early 2000s kind of was it was a lot slow. I feel like, I mean, I might be biased, but I feel like basketball wasn't popping as much in the early 2000s. But that might be a bad take. But at least
that might be a bad take. To be fair, there's a lot of good players.
Well, there was a lot of good players, but
early 2000s we still.
But who's the face of the league in the 2000s?
But what year?
I'm talking. So when MJ retires up until 2008.
I mean,
because before LeBron really becomes
the chosen one is coming in, so
but LeBron is still on his way up, just kind of
he is, but he had so much. He had garnered so much talk about him that I think I'm not saying he was the face of the league. I'm just saying he had so much talk that there was the media was still on him.
But I don't think he becomes the face of the league until he wins his first MVP, which I think is in 2008 or 9.
Yeah, you would know. I would not know that.
I'm pretty sure it's 2008 or 9, but before that, there were a couple years where Shaq was dominant, a couple years where Kobe was really kind of the guy, but there was
Melo maybe.
I mean, you forget no, Melo is still too young. You forget Steve Nash wins 2 MVPs in that time period.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's that kind of in between period. It's gotta be
Kobe then.
It probably is Kobe, but again, Kobe during that mid 2000s stretch, once Shaq leaves the Lakers, they made the first round a couple times, but they weren't really all that competitive. Kobe tried to leave multiple times.
He did, but I think it's still Kobe.
Yeah,
That's kind of
I
my
mean, I
final
would say
answer.
it's Kobe, but like compared to the other faces of the league, like I think Kobe's probably a bit lower down in people's all-time rankings. I'm saying like there's not that definitive face of the league like there was during Jordan's era, LeBron's era. Even I would say, yeah, even maybe Steph is probably more of a face of the league than Kobe in terms of how he
That
changed
is a take.
basketball.
That's a take.
In terms of how he impacted basketball, I think Curry has added more to the game of basketball than Kobe. I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's kind of it's one of those things. It's kind of hard when it's like comparing LeBron to MJ
Is a difficult.
is difficult because they're two different eras, and this is two different eras. So like it's yes, you can compare, but the level in which who is somebody like who's the face of the league and who's not, and at what level, it's hard to compare.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't think they quite even disregarding Curry. Like you have LeBron, MJ, Bird, and Magic, like those, like they are the faces of those eras. I don't know if you could
Duncan,
say.
maybe?
But again, you see,
Yeah,
it's all these
like, you're
almost
kinda-
guys,
you're like,
no? It's all these
"Oh."
almost guys, because Shaq almost, but like he
Yeah.
falls off. Like Kobe doesn't really. Kobe has like a span at the start, but he's the second best player, and then he has like 2 years at the end. But by that point, isn't LeBron already there? Like
He's just, I don't want to say edging, but I just said it now.
edging.
Like he is like literally just tipping that point, and it's just
Bro said edge and then tip.
Yeah, my bad.
All right.
And then LeBron comes in, like you said. So it's just like just as like if
So I don't
LeBron
think-
wasn't there, yeah, it would.
I don't think he's the face. I don't think
Yeah.
he's the face. So,
Yeah.
but enough yap about that. Something that we wanted to integrate after watching the last episode was kind of more like fun games, just to make it more interactive for both of us and also you, the viewer. Don't be scared, but we want you to play along. So, the stats will appear here, but basically, I'm going to be showing Cam one player from each team. They're going to be like as positionally orientated as I can do. Some of the teams like just straight up didn't even really have a big man. Like, I mean, like, you know, they had like KD playing at center. Like, you know what I mean? So bear with me. I tried my best, you know. But it's going to be one player from Stripes, one player from Stars, one player from World, with just the stats. And Cam's going to pick who he thinks is the best, and then
Who I would
we'll
want on my team.
yeah, and then we'll reveal who the players are. So, are you
Hoping
ready?
I don't have any bad takes here.
This could lead to
I'm
some
interested.
glorious
Let's see the first player.
clips. Oh well, I'll show you all three,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'll go one by one and read them out for you. So, player A has averaged 24.4 points, 11 rebounds, a little over 2.5 assists a game, almost a steal per game, 2.7 blocks on 51% field goal efficiency, and shooting 36% from three.
Okay.
Player B has averaged 17.5 points, around 9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, half a steal a game, and basically 2 blocks a game on 56% efficiency at a 36% shooting clip from the perimeter. And player C has averaged 25.8 points with 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, basically a steal and a block a game, on 50% field goal efficiency and 40% from three. So, who would you pick?
I'm leaning towards player C.
Player C.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm worried about who this player may be based on your reaction.
So, well, I'm not going to give you any inkling as to who these players are, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what is your basis on that? Why would you?
I
why
mean,
would
you
pick
have
player?
points per game, and then you have like it's just also just percentages from the field.
Yeah.
It's just like an efficient player,
right?
On of all around.
So you'd say you value efficiency over maybe like the rebounding that player A or B get you.
I'm in my mind, I'm trying to like build a team. So I'm thinking the first player, we're gonna go on efficiency and a score, and then maybe later we're gonna go on rebounds and see depending on who's available. Is my train of thought right now.
Okay, let's see how that ages.
No.
So you would have player C first. Who would you have?
I'd say player A.
So you'd have player C, player A, and then player B.
I'm not confident on those picks, but I think
stand with your chest. What do you think?
C-A-B.
C-A-B.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay, so player A is player C. We'll start off with player C is Kevin Durant. Player A is Wemby, and player B is Shaq.
Okay, realistically, I'm not mad about it. Obviously, if I'm trying to like build a team from the start up, I'm probably gonna start with Wemby.
But like, I mean, it's not. I see your rationale. You want someone who's like just pure efficiency, and it doesn't get more efficient than KD when it comes to scoring and slandering teammates.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm happy with KD on my team. You know what? He's gonna keep other players level-headed, but like, it's just a game.
Well, I
At
guess
the end of
because
the
it's
day.
5, you could make like a roster.
That's what I'm
almost.
saying,
So you
like-
want KD? Where do you want him? Where are you gonna play him?
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of have to wait to see what the other players. Do I have to do like a blind ranking? Because this is tough.
Well, not a blind ranking, but just like where we can fix like where you'd play him, but where he plays at the 3 or 4 right now. So yeah.
I'm thinking. I don't know who you put in this. I'm thinking obviously where he plays. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not putting him at the 5.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy with this because I'm not a fan of Shet. So
yeah, Shet kind of got the rough end of the stick here, being matched up next to Wemby and KD. But I mean, yeah, there weren't that many big men playing, so there's not much you can do. And at the end of the day, I think Shet is going to end up being the Wilt to Wemby's Bill Russell.
Okay.
Basically, he's just gonna.
I understood what you
he's
meant.
just gonna
I'm just like
own him in the playoffs. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't see how Shet like ever like really can.
no,
I don't-
Wemby's.
Like, how's he gonna? He doesn't have much of a scoring bag as is, so he's not gonna do anything against Wemby. And then like, I don't know if he can stop Wemby. Like, he's good defensively, sure. He could probably like. Probably make it. He'll make it hard for Wemby 100%. But I mean, Wemby's just taller version of him, and is just better
and it's
in
also
every aspect.
an absolute freak of nature. And
You know what I
absolutely-
mean?
But with 2 freaks of nature, I'd rather Mr. Ashy ankles and ashy feet, bro, over Wemby right now. That's what I picked, and that's the teammate I've got.
Fair enough. Okay, next players. We have player A, who averages 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal on 47% efficiency, or basically 39% from 3. Player B averages 29 points on 7 rebounds, 4.7 assists, shooting 48% from the field and 34.8, basically 35% from 3. And then player C is averaging 29.3 points as well. But he's doing that with 5 rebounds, 3.7 assists, but on 49% efficiency and 40% from 3.
Initial thoughts, I'm sticking with C. Maybe
You're
there's some
gonna-
magic with the C, but I'm
The
going.
C guys,
I
huh?
know. I'm thinking immediately. I kind of know what I'm going for. I'm going C, then B, then A.
C, then B, then A. Okay. You know what? All right, this is something that you guys will learn about me. I am all about efficiency. I love efficiency, and I can't help but agree with you here. Based on blind rankings, I can't even really remember who these players are.
Yeah, you made the list. So like, I'm going completely blind. I'm just seeing stats.
Yeah, I would probably go with player C too. I think he's got the same kind of scoring edge as player B, but just slightly on slightly on better on sorry.
Well, he's got. I mean, does it on the just a 1 more minute roughly, and then roughly. I mean, the same average points, and then.
Well, I'm just looking at the efficiency, like
Yeah,
especially from
he's
the
just got a
3-point
slight
line.
edge efficiency.
From the 3-point line, I mean, he's
I
just
keep the
super
edge.
efficient. 40% from 3. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like elite level shooting. 35% from 3 is nothing to scoff at. It's probably
It's just not cutting it.
well, it's
yet.
just average. It's just average
just-
NBA shooting. Like
It's
that's
good,
what.
but it's not amazing.
But
and
if you have a score like this, like I'd rather my player, like if you're gonna score, like score. You know what I mean? Score efficiently.
let's reveal the players. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Okay, so you would have CBA.
CBA.
Player C is Ant. Player
Okay.
B is Jaylen Brown, and player A, again, I'm sorry, Norman, but player A is Norman Powell.
No, booty. Okay.
You see, when you start to see these players next to each other with the stats, you start to understand why I'm like, well, Team World didn't actually play, did they? Because you have Norman Powell going up against Jaylen Brown, and as good as Norman Powell is, and as happy as I am that someone like him who went from a role player and has become an all-star and really kind of earned his spot in the league, he's just not on the level of those guys.
I think the only person, I mean, we spoke about it before, the only person who's on an elite level on that Team World starting lineup that actually played was Wemby. I mean, he's the only guy that's like.
I agree. But yeah, do you have any thoughts
I mean,
about
now
these
that
players?
I know the players, I mean, I 100% would have taken that in the exact same order, knowing the players. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
happy
I
with
think
that,
I think you
100%.
were right. Were you shocked that maybe Jaylen Brown is averaging 29 points? I think that's pretty shocking when you look at it.
I'm not really shocked. I've always liked his style of play. I've always preferred him over Tatum. I mean, I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get on to. I mean, he's coming back in March.
Yeah,
actually.
that's true.
That's just, or like it's heavily rumored that he'll be back in March.
I'm excited to see how what comes of his return and if he's still the same, elite level player that he is.
I think he'll still be pretty elite, but I mean, I don't know if he'll necessarily. He was definitely in that kind of top 5 conversation, even though if I'm probably a bit,
Controversial, though.
yeah, I'm probably a bit more down on Tatum compared to the average person, but he'll still be at an all-star level. Whether or not he's going to be the first option, though, that remains to be seen because Jaylen Brown averaging 29 points on decent efficiency, he's basically providing you what Ant is providing you at a slightly worse shooting clip, yes, but he's providing you more rebounds, more assists. Like, I mean, this is really all-star starter this year, too. This is really an elite player. Finals MVP. Like, do you think there's a chance that the Celtics kind of look into the direction of making him the first choice for that team, especially if Tatum doesn't necessarily come back,
I think
hitting
it's
all
more
guns
so,
blazing?
it's always going to be in the back of their mind. They
Yeah.
obviously want to have your number one guy, and I don't think they're going to leave Tatum immediately. It entirely depends on how his return,
Yeah.
comes to be. And I think there's potential, but I don't see it happening 100%. I think he's like a very strong, second option.
You still think Tatum is that kind of face of the franchise, like he's the main guy?
I don't agree with it per se because maybe that's personal bias, but at the same time, I understand it, and I don't think they should leave him immediately.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think Tatum's great, right? And I think he was at one point probably a top 5 player in the NBA. Well, I say top 5, 5th. I'll give him
Yeah.
5th. But
Top 10.
I think the issue,
Comfortably,
yeah,
top 10.
well, yeah, definitely top 10. He's been top 10 for multiple years
That's
now.
what I'm
But
saying.
I think the problem is that we always seem to, and this might sound like me being harsh on Tatum, but we always seem to look at the Celtics and just talk about Tatum, but we don't look at the Celtics and talk about, we talk about Tatum and Brown as a duo, but like, I think whenever we talk about the Celtics, full stop, it should be this player like Jokic versus Tatum and Brown. Like, it's literally, like, to me,
They're kind of a duo.
Exactly. They're more of a duo than necessarily a first, second option. And I think they need to lean into that more. And when they have done that, it's worked out. And you see that in the finals when Jaylen Brown wins finals MVP. That doesn't disregard the fact that Tatum wasn't good, even though he did struggle shooting-wise at time. He did do a lot, especially playmaking-wise.
Absolutely.
But yeah, sorry,
I don't disagree. But let's just go on to the next team.
Next team. Next players. Sorry, So player A is averaging 22 points with 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, half a block on 50% field goal efficiency and 30% from 3. Player 2 is averaging 21 with 9 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a block at 50% efficiency, and again 30% from the 3. And then finally, player C is averaging 23, 10, and 8 on 1 steal a game, 50% field goal efficiency, and shooting 35% from
You're
B.
making it real easy for me to pick C all the time.
Yeah, so I might have done this by accident, but I seem to have just put all the best players in C because
I'm gonna kind of go against the grain here, and I'm gonna go with A first.
Why?
Just because it's just slightly. I mean, he's played less minutes, so they're doing. So he's scoring
but it's 2 minutes, and he's not. I mean,
he's scoring an average of a point less.
Yeah, but look, he's getting more rebounds, more assists, more steals.
It's just kind of, I'm trying to be different here. Otherwise, I'm like, I'm just going to go see every time. And it's like, what does that become?
But, I mean, you pick the best player. Who is the best player on this screen?
Definitely C.
Yeah, so you go C, right?
I'm going C. Okay. Then I'll go, it's not that big of a difference, but I see one more assist, but a lot less rebounds. I don't have a rebounding guy yet on this
That is true. That is true. Think about it.
But that's why C. Then
that's why
again
C
the best.
is again the best. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, it's gonna be CAB. CBA. Sorry.
CBA final.
Because there's less points on B, but he's a bit more of a team player.
Yeah. I mean, very similar efficiency-wise, player A and B, but he gets rebounds.
Is not that great.
I mean, they're bad for both, though. Look. They're both.
So I'm saying that
below par.
That literally 0.6% percentage difference.
So you're going CBA.
CBA.
Chinese Basketball Association.
That's what I'm or Canadian Basketball.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
No, but I think that it is the CBA. Is the Chinese?
It probably is.
What is it? What is the place that they always? The Shanghai Sharks.
The Guangdong Tigers.
The Guangdong Tigers. Get that up. The
Guangdong
Tigers.
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao! Ni hao! Ni hao!
That's low-key a fire name, by the way. I really like that name.
Okay. Right, final lock-in, CBA. Who are the players? I don't like this.
You're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this.
Isn't it?
Well, no, he wasn't an all-star.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right.
I'll give you a clue.
I forgot this was just all stars.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Just hit me.
Zoom in onto this. Look at it.
No, that's tragic. The
Player
king.
C is Jalen
The
Johnson.
king. I was my initial. I
Player
said, oh my
B
god.
is Sengun, Alperen Sengun, and player A is LeBron James. We are in a world where a casual fan like Cam would pick Jalen Johnson and Sengun over arguably the GOAT, LeBron James.
That's so
What
tragic.
a crazy world. Do you have any
The
comments?
king. I'm so sorry, LeBron. That's what I have to say. I'm sorry.
The glaze.
I genuinely have failed you. I'm sorry, LeBron.
Your sunshine. You've let him down.
My sunshine, my only sunshine. He does make me happy when times are great, like in England.
Yeah, well,
So
not that happy because you didn't want him at all. So
well, no, he's my original gut player. That's why I was trying to go against the grain.
yeah, but it made. I thought you just knew his stats. So I was like, of course you know LeBron's stats. It's the one person you were gonna search up because I was like, there's no way you could feasibly pick LeBron over Jalen Johnson when they have like pretty similar stats.
Next time I should go with my gut.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, I mean,
I'm not disappointed. I mean, I am. I lied
You're
completely.
king.
I am
You're
entirely
king.
disappointed. I'm also not disappointed at player C here.
Jalen Johnson, first-time All-Star, now the franchise cornerstone of the Atlanta Hawks. That's nothing to scoff at.
I'm not mad about it. The grass could have been greener.
Yeah, I think realistically,
stats-wise, he's definitely the best.
Yeah, I think realistically, like Jalen Johnson is probably the player that you take, and then like in regards to just purely statistical things, it's between Sengun and LeBron, it's more like what you want. They're averaging very similar numbers. I mean, you look at.
I mean, Sengun's doing pretty well. I will mention him later on.
Yeah, but he's having shooting woes, which KD spoke about, which we will talk about later. Okay, the next set of players. Player A, 25. Damn, is player C the best again? Ah! Why did I make that noise?
Yeah, somebody edit that.
What was that? Player A, 25.7 rebounds, basically 7 assists on 46% field goal efficiency and 35% from 3. Player B, 19 points, 8.4 rebounds, a little over 5.5 assists a game, with a steal and a block and a half a game on 50% efficiency and 30% from deep. And then finally, player C, 27.9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 49% efficiency and 39% from the perimeter.
I'm not confident in this pick, but immediately I'm going towards A. I have a lot of scores. I've always taken the guy who scored the most, or like average-wise.
Okay.
But I don't think that the 2-point average difference is going to make it's a huge difference to my team. And I think the rebounds and assists are what I need on a squad player right now.
I think definitely player A so far is probably the player that like on this screen.
Yeah,
well, I guess player B too. You see a lot of assists for player A and B. Player C looks more like I'd say prototypical just scorer that can kind of do other things. Probably a scoring guard.
Yeah, I think you know who they are, hopefully. But I'm going player A, player C, then B. B seems to be the worst one in every time so far. You just don't like B, apparently.
I just can't. Well, I mean, the last one, player A was no. I just can't get on with 30% 3-point shooting on my team. Like it's the same issue with LeBron and Sengun. Like if I was a coach, like I want shooting.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It would really annoy me.
The new NBA is a shooting league.
Exactly. Like I just prefer. I mean, it's a make or miss league.
It is true. It is a make or miss league.
Make or miss league.
So at the end of the day, with the stats in mind, I think even though player C has the best 3-point and just the best
overall efficiency,
overall efficiency, I think I haven't how many rounds have we done so far? 2 or 3?
This is our 4th.
So we've done 3 rounds so far. This is the 4th. The 3 other players I've taken have pretty good efficiencies, or the best out of the players.
I would have disagreed with you on the first one. I would have taken player A, which ends up being Wemby because of the rebounding, and then I don't take
for that later. Yeah,
and then I don't. Yeah.
So in hindsight, it's a bit of a mistake, but I'm happy with KD nonetheless. So I'm gonna go with player A, player C, then player B. So overall, player.
I would have gone for player C purely not. I think player A is a very strong kind of choice as well. I think you could go for either or. It's just what you're looking for. I think player B is probably a little bit behind those two.
I just need those couple extra rebounds. Is what I'm
Yeah,
looking for
and
right
I
now,
would.
'cause I missed out on Wemby.
I mean,
so.
I just like that efficiency. 40% from three. I'm licking my
wish.
lips at that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and it's like I'll definitely miss that with the 34% over on player A.
That's still all right. That's about average.
It's about average, and I have a couple guys.
You've
who can
got guys
shoot.
who can shoot already.
So I'm like, I don't need everybody to shoot.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm intrigued. I'm ready.
Okay, player A was Deni Avdija.
I'm not.
Player B was Scotty Barnes, and player C is Kawhi Leonard.
If I'm looking at it objectively, like just looking at the players and their names, I think Deni Avdija. I'm definitely taking him last. But stat wise, I'm not mad about it.
Is that The thing is, it's difficult.
Are we taking age into a factor?
Well, Denny's also still young.
That's what I'm saying. He's the youngest guy here. No?
Scotty's still younger. Scotty's still younger. Denny was drafted. Actually, they might be the same draft class.
I'm not.
I think Deni Avdija is 2021 as well.
Correct. That's in the edit.
No, I'm gonna search this up. Sorry.
I'm a yap while you're looking this up. I think Kawhi. I mean, obviously he put up 31 in the All-Star game, so he's obviously still a good rock in the team.
No, Deni Avdija was 2020. Scotty Barnes is 2021.
Okay, so.
Scotty's a year younger, but they're basically the same.
Are they the same? I would take Scotty over Avdija, to be honest.
But
if I'm looking at,
I think what this shows you is that's just bias.
It's the bias.
That's
so
just
I'm
media
not mad
bias.
I'm not mad about this pick. It's just Kawhi's age. I think is going to show eventually. He's still a very
We're talking
good player.
right now. I'm taking Kawhi over.
Right
either
now,
of these
I'm
guys.
taking Kawhi for sure. But I'm not mad about my pick. I think if I'm building the team for the future, definitely happy with my pick. Definitely happy with my pick.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. It's interesting though, because obviously you're kind of a Raptors guy.
I am a Raptors guy. I guess I have to be because it's the only Canadian team. But I'm a bit let down by Scotty here.
Well, I will say in Scotty Barnes' defense, right, he offers a lot as a two-way player. Very good defensively. Obviously, I think all these players are pretty good defensively. I'd probably say Denny is the weakest, but this is, I mean, when you're getting like put in the same groups as Kawhi and Scotty Barnes, like these are like elite level defenders at the NBA level.
Those two guys.
Yeah, I almost put another Raptor in to make it like an all Raptor like lineup, but yeah, I think Scotty also has like the issue of there are just more mouths to feed in Toronto. Like they have a lot of scorers there, because they also obviously have Ingram. RJ Barrett.
I was gonna say Barrett's pretty good.
Like you know what I mean? Like that.
I mean, Ingram's been popping off. He was an All-Star this year, no?
Well, but they're all kind of averaging this like 18 to like 22 range.
Yeah, the Raptors at the 5th seed. I'm happy about that. I definitely don't think they're a team that is going to be much higher than the 5th seed. Like I'm talking about when the season ends.
Okay.
And I'm happy about them being the 5th seed. I think they're.
Yeah,
I don't know. Would you consider them overachieving or underachieving?
I think they're doing what they're expected to do. I think considering their talent, they probably should, and considering the Eastern Conference being
pretty easy,
a lot weaker than the West.
Yeah.
Like
I say easy in
they've performed to the level that I thought they were going to perform to, basically. So it's like I like this Toronto. I like this Toronto team. I think they're probably a trade or two away from like being like actual proper Eastern competitors.
Let's go to the next
Conference competitors. But we'll go to the next one. The final lineup, the 5th player. I think these will be guards, just to give you a kind of idea.
So right now, who do I have? I have KD, Deni Avdija. Who was it? It was
Jalen Johnson. And then and then Ant. No,
it was Ant. It was
Ant. And then
I am missing like. I may have to pick KD at the 5.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have Wemby and Jalen Johnson and Kawhi. So my lineup.
Those are all C picks, C players there. All of those are C players.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe I don't pick C here. That was, I guess, I might pick C here again. Damn.
No. You've just stacked C.
I've stacked C. What can I say?
Exactly. I'm stacked. I'm an all-star. In lacrosse.
A literal all-star.
Literal all-star in lacrosse. So this makes sense.
Okay, so player A is averaging 25 on 5.5 rebounds, 9.5 assists, and shooting 46% from the field, 33% from 3. Player B, 27, 4 and 5, or 3.5 and 5, sorry, on 47% efficiency, 39% from 3. And then finally, player C, 25.7 points, 4.5 assists, 7.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, a steal a game, and shooting that on 48.5%
It's not entirely,
efficiency.
but I think this is the most
importantly,
even. Sorry, go ahead.
importantly, 42.5% from three.
Yeah, I was gonna say, other than the 3-point percentages, although B and C are like within the 40 range, this is the most even spread of players that we've had so far. This is the
Right.
one I'm actually kind of considering B, not almost entirely, but just it is a potential. The other was B was like almost immediately out.
I would tend to agree. I think for me in this scenario, like they all kind of do similar things. So I think immediately, like, I think I have to get rid of player A. I just really don't like.
They have the most assists. They have.
Yeah, but player C
rebounds.
again. I just seem to love C. But hold on, what? I just said something crazy. I just said
you love C.
Yeah.
Damn. He said that. That's yeah, no. Unfortunate.
Pause.
He loves C. He's giving D to the Mavs.
Huh?
Unreal from Nick himself.
Yeah, we might have to end the podcast after that. I don't know how I can recover from that.
Only 2 eps.
I'll recover by saying I think I'd take player C because he still gives you that kind of all-around ability that player A gives you. He still has some clear defensive ability, averages a steal a game. Little turnover prone compared to player A. Player A is super efficient, but I'd rather take the extra turnover for that delightful 42.5% from three. That is delicious. And also, you got to think, he's taken 7 a game. Look, oh, Jesus.
That's a crazy statement. Was he taking a game? 7 a game? That's crazy.
Player B is shooting 11. I mean, player B, though, he's shooting 11.5 threes a game. And he's averaging that on 39%. So
that's pretty decent.
That is, like, impressive as well. Because that's 4 more shots, really, than...
It's just...
Give me player C. He does it all. He does it all. I like player C.
So you're just team C.
I'm team C.
See, here I'm trying to be different.
You see? Sorry. That was dreadful. I'm having an awful podcast so far.
Stop it. Get some help.
Let's just take a moment of silence. That was tragic. See, I am onto the C wave right now, but...
Are you going to be a Sea-Hawk?
Yeah, somebody get this guy out
Sorry,
of here.
get me gone, bro. I need to go. These dad jokes gotta stop.
How many kids
you can't keep getting away with it.
He's fathering at the moment. That's why he's getting all the dad jokes. So.
Yeah, there you go. Wait,
what? Right now, the thing I'm really trying to force myself to pick B, but I just think C has that edge.
I mean, that's fair. Like, if you want C,
I want C, or player C. I don't want C. I want player C.
Player C. Yeah. You got to preface that now.
I want player C.
All right.
Oh.
Now
I'm happy with that. Although I'm not. I don't know how to feel. I definitely.
You get player C. We both get player C. Jamal Murray. Player B is
the
Steph
fellow
Curry.
Canadian.
And player A.
You know what? No, I'm being confident.
Is Cade Cunningham.
Canadian. I'm taking him. He's on my team. This is the culture I want. I don't want no Americans on this
team.
team.
What does C stand for? Team Canada.
Exactly.
Oh,
I want
Canada.
this. Exactly. Somebody put that.
Bring
up.
out the Monties. Yeah, I think that's basically it. We'll keep talking about.
That was a fun game. It definitely opened my eyes to like stats versus the player bias. Just knowing the player. So it was quite interesting. I'm happy about that.
It is crazy though that like I feel like. I mean, Jamal Murray is getting his flowers, but I mean, like looking. Sorry, hold on, I've lost it here. You look at these 3 players, and if you were to say Cade, Steph, and Jamal Murray, you're comfortably having Jamal Murray at the bottom, and it's like it's Cade, Steph as an argument, and then Jamal Murray is not even in the same
There's a song I really
tier.
like called "Chicken," and as a bar with Jamal Murray in it, and I like that bar a lot. So I'm happy with this pick, and just based on that, I'm happy with this pick.
Sure.
That's my reasoning.
Like, I mean, what a random, like, not like he's scoring well.
No, I like the bar.
Chicken.
That's the song. Barbecue chicken. That's not called barbecue chicken, but it's called chicken.
All right. Yeah, sure. Chicken. I mean, I think Jamal Murray is finally getting the respect he deserves. And also partially because Jokic has been out, he's kind of had the ball more, and usually he's not very good in the regular season. Well, it's not that he's not very good in the regular season. He's just, I think statistically, he's probably if not one of the biggest playoff step risers ever.
Ooh, okay.
At least at a consistent basis. This guy will go from averaging 23 to averaging like 27 in the playoffs. Like, it's very rare that you see a player step up consistently in the playoffs compared to what they were in the regular season. I think you think Jimmy Butler as well as one of those players probably.
I did. Looking at this lineup still, I missed out on Curry, who could have been fundamental for the team.
Well, you say that, but based on his stats, he's shooting worse than Jamal Murray is. So, like, at what point Jamal Murray?
Maple Leaf, man.
Yeah, there you go. At what point do you prefer Jamal Murray over Curry this season? Probably, especially with the injury concerns. Curry's been really injured this year. I would probably take Jamal Murray this year specifically, but we can't disrespect Curry as a whole.
Absolutely.
Speaking of,
he's inspirational.
Speaking of Curry. That leads me into the next thing. Obviously, we've spoken about the All-Star game as a whole, but we haven't spoken about the things around the All-Star game, such as the three-point and dunk contest. We'll talk about the three-point contest first. Obviously,
a bit of a nothing kind of thing, to be honest. It was like, oh yeah, Lillard won on his injury. It was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a cool story, but I also don't think it's maybe the best look for the NBA that a guy with a torn Achilles has come and hobbled on and then just beat everyone.
Exactly. I'm kind of like, it was not that great of a watch. I mean, it was all right.
Jamal Murray actually really disappointed me in the three-point contest. He was my pick to win.
To be fair, he did have a blunder in the All-Star game.
Yeah, he wasn't great in the All-Star game either, to be fair. He just couldn't find his shot,
had
really.
Some really bad mess up.
I mean, to be fair, it's the All-Star game. Some people just kind of do whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Messing around.
But the finalists, were Concanapple, Devin Booker, and Dame, and then Dame obviously ends up taking it. Do you have any comments on that? I mean, I'm just there.
I like Concanapple that he's there. I like that he made that.
Yeah. I'm huge.
I'm pretty gassed about that.
I'm huge.
I like his style of play. I like his shooting ability, and him being there as a rookie, I'm like, you know what? There is a shooter that's up and coming.
Oh, 100%. I mean, obviously, there have been a lot of comparisons with Con and kind of Steph, right?
Yeah.
But I think even if he doesn't ever become like that level of shooter that Curry is, I think he does a lot of other things on the floor. And that's actually like when he got drafted, he was seen as kind of like one of those do-it-all guys. Like he was someone who was going to have a high floor, was going to be good, and alongside his, he has a jumper that's like wet like water, but like wet like water. Sorry, I'm doing my own memes at this point. He was just one of those players that he just hustles. He does what it takes to win. He's a winning player, that's the main thing that I loved about him coming out of Duke. But
do you think he's going to be a culture change?
I think he already has been a culture change, and we'll get onto that when we talk about the second half of the season. But the Charlotte Hornets went into the All-Star break 9-1.
Yeah.
They had
a good streak.
And not only that, they were beating like really legit teams. Like the only game they lost actually was against the Pistons, and that was after, they had that like scrap, like when, Beef Stew runs on to the court when he's not playing and tries to throw hands. But
it is what it is.
Not much to say really about the three-point contest. I will be excited for next year. I think they'll do Dame versus Steph, which will be fun. Both, I think, have like 2 or 3 wins a pop, something like that. But what do you make of the dunk contest?
Unfortunately, I just think, like, I'm just going to come out guns a-blazing. It needs to go. I think its time is done. I think there are only so many dunks left. I think Mac McClung is the best of the best. And the dunks that he showed that he would have done if he was going.
Yeah. I like the one where he went like this,
Still cool, but I'm almost desensitized to dunks nowadays.
This is why I think, like, honestly, we'll get onto this when we talk. I guess the next part we'll talk about what we think we should add to the All-Star game. But I think one change that they should just make is, look, if none of these players want to do this, right? No one wants to do the dunk contest because they don't want to get embarrassed and they don't want to get injured. I understand, sure. I would much rather see professional dunkers do something I've never seen before and actually impress me than watch some rookies and role players. But realistically, casuals don't care about these players anyway. I think the most relevant player there is probably Jackson Hayes or I mean, probably Carter Bryant, sure, but like Jackson Hayes is probably the most well-known player there, and he's just he's a shitty role player for the Lakers. This guy sucks. He sucks.
Damn.
He cannot. Oh, he's such a frustration to watch. Can't rebound. So athletic, but he has no presence. It's crazy. Whatever.
Strong opinions for Hayes himself.
Yeah, strong opinions. Yeah, not the greatest guy.
No, it's tough because I want to say do what the WNBA were doing, and I'm never gonna say that again. But I would say like at a 1v1 tournament, but it's the same problem of injuries and not wanting to be embarrassed or injuries.
Would you not? Prefer,
I would love to, as a fan. I would absolutely love to see it. I think that would get me back into the NBA a bit more.
Would you not prefer though? Like even if we're gonna do role players and rookies, I would much rather have role players and rookies do one-on-one contests. That'd be so fun. Think about it this way: in the celebrity game, which was also really bad, by the way, at what point did the celebrity game become let's just get people you've never heard of and ex-NBA players? Like, what are we doing? Why is Taco Fall, who was in the league 2-3 years ago,
Get Dwight Howard
and Jeremy
back in
Lin?
this bitch.
Jeremy Lin won a title in 2019.
I know.
Wait, but wouldn't, like, theoretically,
I think Dwight Howard would be pretty funny if he came back, though.
Okay, but why couldn't we have those guys in a 1v1 contest?
Yeah,
You're telling me, what would you rather see? Would you rather see
Taco
Jeremy Lin
versus
and Taco Phil? Taco Phil.
That's a fucking food van.
Yeah, the Dr. Phil, Taco Phil.
Yeah.
Me, whenever I go to the canteen, Taco Phil.
When I get my Tex-Mex.
Yeah, me at Taco Bell, Taco Phil.
All right, cut it.
That was bad.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I would much rather watch Jeremy Lin versus Taco Fall as a 1v1.
Sorry, made me laugh again.
Taco Phil.
Taco Fall. Yeah, no, I would love to see that.
Like,
though, genuinely.
so even if it was like literally the scrubs, like let's put Mac McClung in the one-on-one contest. Imagine he dunks on someone. Imagine it's him versus Taco Fall, and he somehow dunks on Taco Fall. Like it's not only would it be fun to watch live. Think about the amount of engagement they could get, like through clips, stuff like
would
that.
garner so many.
Someone's
clips.
gonna get their ankles broken.
Oh,
like
it's a bad day for somebody. But I think that's the love of it. I think people have to realize, or at least the players, it's like ultimately it doesn't mean anything. Because like 1v1, it's like cool, but basketball's a team game.
Yeah, but it's an ego thing.
It is an ego
obviously
thing. Obviously, but imagine Ant in this machine. Ant.
I think Ant would actually play.
That's what I'm saying.
Ant. I would low key love it.
That would be insane, but they'll never do it.
I'd want them like mic'd up too. Like I want to hear them talk shit to each other.
I don't think the teams would even allow them to do it at that point.
But this is why I'm saying, like, you don't need the stars to do it. Let's just get the role players and
I think so.
And this, bro, I'd be fine with
get the guy with no minutes on the.
You know what I mean? Like let's
see what he got.
Let's bring LiAngelo Ball in. He's not even on a team, but would that not be funny? Let me watch LiAngelo Ball versus
get
Jeremy Lin.
Get Lonzo versus LaMelo. Just get the Ball brothers going. Get brothers.
No, Lonzo's get injured. They're both gonna get injured. Lonzo's knee's gonna go, and LaMelo's ankle is gonna.
Steph versus Seth. Get it on
Steph versus
the Curry Bowl.
But think about it, like rivalries. That'd be so cool.
Or 2v2, like brothers tournament.
That'd be fine.
That would be tough.
You can get the Okongpo.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my god, get Thanasis on the court.
Thanasis, the ultimate.
Get him on the court,
He's just cheering. He's just cheering. That'd be so
Giannis
cool.
is doing all of it.
You can get
Isn't there a third brother in the league too?
Yeah, sure. You do them three versus the Ball brothers.
That's what I'm saying.
Versus the three Currys. You bring out the Del Curry out of retirement to shoot there. He can guard LiAngelo.
Get that in. Get this in now.
There you go. You heard it first. 1v1 or a 2v2. Some kind of.
So fun.
3-on-3 would be way like less embarrassing for people too.
Just get Blacktop from 2K and put
like
that shit in there.
all right, let's just bring in All-Star Blacktop. That's what we think.
Easy money, bro. That would be easy money for the league, bro. Yeah. People are paying to see this.
Yeah, I'm paying to see that.
I'm going,
that
bro.
That would be so good.
Funny. I'd actually, honestly.
Adam Silver, I know you're not watching this, but if you are,
start listening, bro.
Start listening. Pick up the phone.
2 things I need from you. That and the fucking Seattle Supersonics bag.
I actually did see something about that. So recently on Twitter, as you know, I'm a bit of a NBA Twitter
goon.
Fiend. Yeah, well, all right. But there were actually 4. I didn't have this ready, but I mean we can talk about it very briefly. There were 4 teams that there were presentations about bringing an expansion.
Seattle, Vegas, and who else?
San Diego and I think it's New Mexico. I think the other 2 I think the other two only exist as like, oh yeah, but we did look at other places.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like one of the most well-known hidden.
I wouldn't mind New Mexico or even just doing Mexico.
Yeah, but I would rather have Vegas and
Oh
Seattle.
yeah, I don't care about Vegas. No, the thing is
I would
Vegas
rather
teams,
another Canadian team before
100%.
they
Bring
added
Vancouver back, but or
What would you-
Montreal. Montreal could be a huge hub for basketball. It's just people. I don't know. I think it's possible. The thing is with
Well, there's
Vegas,
a lot of French stars in the league
That's
though,
what I'm
because like you
saying.
think about it, like let's say in a couple years they expand and they bring a Montreal team.
that'd be
You
so tough.
you can bring in someone like, let's say an old Rudy Gobert goes to Montreal. Would he like, that's got to be like the one place on earth other than France that like that guy's gonna be like looked
Love.
as like a hero?
Love
Because
bro.
don't like
Anyone
don't
who
no
has-
one like Rudy Gobert, bro.
Anybody who has some level of French is going to be loved in Quebec as a
and
whole.
there are a lot of French players that are like kind of coming. Alex Sarr's French, Wemby's French.
Yeah, I know, but neither of
Gobert.
those players would go to a relocation.
Bring in Evan Fournier. I don't know if he's still hooping. Bring him in. Have him shoot a couple
I'd be
threes.
excited, but my crux with Vegas is like there's no who actually lives in Vegas and who's a true fan of Vegas. This is the thing with
It's
the Golden
more-
Knights in the NHL. It's just people go to Vegas and then while they're in Vegas go watch a team.
But it's more for like the market of Vegas, because like when
Yeah.
you as an outsider, ironically, as a foreigner with a foreign take, you look at the US and like you might not have the understanding of all the different intricacies that like you don't know the realities of the States. You know of what like, you've seen on TV,
Yeah, you know
what
the
you've
big
heard about.
cities.
And Las Vegas is one of those cities that like it's definitely the biggest place that doesn't already have an NBA team that you hear and you're like, oh, they should have a team. Like even if you don't know anything about the place.
No, I understand market-wise why they should, because there are people that attend the games. I'm more so thinking about like the Golden Knights in the NHL because
Yeah.
that's the Vegas team. It's just that there's no true fan base because I mean you have to just live in the surrounding area, I guess, but like it's not enough to me. It's just like the actual city of Vegas is just like
Yeah, it's kind of a nothing.
who
Well,
lives
minus that strip really that
That's
has
what I mean.
everything. It's a bit of a strip, and
there. The most people
desert.
that are there, and the thing is, even if they had true fans, most people that are coming are not fans. They would be people that are just visiting Vegas
yeah,
and
but
spending money.
that's a lot of different places that you could argue for. You could argue a lot of New York games, like a lot of I mean they have diehards obviously,
Yeah,
but
pretty
like
diehards and well, I don't know if that's a good take.
what?
New York.
Well, a lot of people
Think
go to
about
New York
Knicks
and will catch a
fans.
Knicks game. Like
Yes,
it's the
but
same like
that
or
is
a
true,
Nets
and
game,
I think a lot
like,
of celebrities are there, but there are diehard.
Oh,
Knicks fans.
100%. The Knicks probably have arguably one
I
of
think
the
New
most
York just has-
diehard
I
fandoms.
think
Yeah, in general, they're
New
just
York is crazy about their teams.
yeah, like
even if they're
New
suck.
York, Cleveland, Chicago, like these people, like
Yeah, strictly in NBA, those are pretty diehard fans.
yeah, well, I mean the Browns adding that whole the.
As I'm saying, Browns have diehard fans and they're trash. Jets
That's what
have
I'm saying,
fans
like,
and they're trash.
These guys like experience well, because those three places are big markets that have realistically dealt with just like throughout sports have just dealt with a lot of just straight booty, like just cheeks.
Just
That's
hot
all
ass,
you see,
bro. Honestly, like the ass is served to you on a
Like
silver platter.
think about being a fan in New York during like 2017, bro. Like who do they have at quarterback
I
at
don't.
2017? The Giants. Who do they have? Oh, it's Daniel Jones. So like
Oh,
let's
so
say
it was immediately
we'll
Daniel
say
Jones.
2019 New York fans. You have the Knicks who have just come off the back of awful drafting blunders. They get Porzingis, who was good, but I mean they have this spell where they get like Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, like
These
that's
are names,
bad.
bro. Those are names.
Yeah, you don't even like
just
he was the guy. I don't know. Was it? It was Kevin Knox that had. He had the. I'm pretty sure he's the guy with the Fortnite jacket
no, that is tragic.
inside. You got to know you're a bust. The second that I saw this guy open that shit up, I like
I think
he's
opening
Superman. Like he's
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah.
Like he thinks like you are not Clark Kent, bro. Like
And it's Fortnite, bro. What are we
it's so
talking about?
that's got to be one of the worst. We can do that when
Even if Fortnite was still big for like, I mean, it's still big player count.
Yeah.
But like who actually plays Fortnite? Different thing. You
well,
gotta
this
look,
is when it was big.
you
but
gotta look back in like even 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You look back all of
it's
those
just-
decades,
It was just a bad decision.
and you're just
isn't
like,
it?
what was I? Thinking?
Like you're gonna show your kids that. Like
What was I?
You're gonna show your
thinking?
kids, and you're gonna show your future wife. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you got drafted
They
by the
probably already have
NBA."
a bad chick
Okay,
like
but
that,
let's say they didn't, right? And you're like, "Oh, you play in the NBA, right?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah."
What was
and
your draft fit?
he's got like this photo of him. He's like, "Yeah, this is the day I
At
got
least Grady
drafted."
Dick.
Like
At least Grady Dick with the fucking Kansas all red.
Grady Dick put that shit on. I'm
Like,
not gonna hold you.
Low
He
key,
put that
like,
shit on.
It is a like super. I'm trying to think of the
It's
word like
flamboyant. But you
flamboyant,
know
that's the
what?
word I'm
That's the
thinking of.
point of a draft fit.
But it's also
it's
just you look
cold.
back and you're like, it's cold in some people's eyes. I know people
Look,
flamed him. At the same time, it's just fun. It's like it's a good funny.
If you
It's
hate
like
it,
you showed up and you were just like, yeah, I'm the shit. But it's also kind of funny.
you might not like it, but you can't hate on it. Like
Yeah.
you have to be like, look, like I don't think it worked, but I see the vision. What was
And he
the
had a vision there, and I like it.
I thought it was cold. Like it was just cool to see like a white boy dressed in like some actual like bling for once, instead of like the prototypical let's wear a blue suit with khakis. You know what I mean?
I don't really care.
Yeah, but
there have been some tragic draft day fits.
we can. That could actually be a potential topic when the draft comes closer.
Yeah, we could grade.
One that comes to mind is the Trae Young. He wore
a lot of
shorts.
it's now bling and like silver bling.
Yeah, but I like that though. I kind of like those fits more than your like.
And it's got a lot of it's like designer brand fits.
I like fashionable suits, like a suit that's like obviously still a suit, but it's like.
See, I'm back onto like there's something like Dick. Pause. Just the one. It's just like, it's flamboyant, it's flashy, but it's funny. It's different. It's just not like you're kind of playing a joke, but you're also styling out.
It's flamboyant, but not cringy. I
Yeah.
don't think. I think the Fortnite is just straight up cringe.
And I think what you got to do is something like Grady Dick, and you gotta go for it.
I just genuinely can't get over this guy like saying with a straight face like to like a woman or like a guy, like just whoever he's trying to impress, like when he's talking about his draft story, he's like, I wore a Fortnite fit. Yeah. Like look. Still have the jacket right here. Like that.
You got that Fortnite jacket forever.
Incredible.
You got to look at that and be like,
I would have thrown it out. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a bust because of
Did
that
he get a
jacket.
brand? He must have got a brand deal. He was
He
destined to be a bust.
He didn't even get a Fortnite skin.
Yeah.
He didn't even get a Fortnite skin off.
I mean, back then, no one did. To be honest.
No, but the same.
You were destined to be a bust, though, if you have that fucking jacket. All right. Anyway, enough talk about that. Okay, now moving on to the final segment of today's episode, we are, of course, going to talk about the alleged but seemingly pretty obvious that it is him, the KD files. Now, you've seen the Epstein files. Well, you've seen some of it, at least. You've seen the Diddy files, or some of it, at least. Now we have our own sports version. We have the KD files. So, obviously, he said a lot about a lot of different teammates. This kind of message has been a thing, or at least KD texting fans like this.
It's not a shock.
It's not a shock. It's been something that, especially if you're on NBA Twitter, that you're aware of and you kind of know has been happening. I'm surprised, honestly, it's taken this long for like a big leak like this to happen, considering like if you trust fans, like your super fans like this, it only takes one wrong move for a super fan to become a super hater.
Absolutely. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
What do you think about, I guess, the text coming out just before we get into our little game that we've got?
As a D1 hater myself, I kind of like, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I understand there's things in the professional world like you shouldn't be saying. Like, I get it. But just as like a personal thing, I'm kind of like, it's kind of jokes, bro. It's kind of funny. It's just like, I respect that he's just hating on people.
Yeah, I mean, you, of all people, would respect the hate. This guy loves some hating. He is a S-tier hater. Not in a bad way, obviously, just in terms of, you know.
The situation at hand, yeah.
Yeah, the situation at hand. Likes making, likes.
So let's delve into these files.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I do think that even though he shouldn't have said any of this, right? Like, as a teammate, you shouldn't be saying this stuff to just random people. This is something that you can, obviously, we all have coworkers, teammates, whatever, that frustrate the living hell out of us. But he shouldn't be texting random people about this, realistically. Like, I know they're his friends, but, like, you know the dangers that can come out and the potential risks that come from that. But he's not wrong in a lot of them. He's not wrong. As you will see, we are going to do a little game here where I'm going to say some of the big, like the more memorable, the biggest, I guess, quotes or messages that were found in the KD files. Okay. And I need you to, based on like what he said, guess who he's talking about. So, the first one is...
Let's see.
No, you can't see because
he
talks about it. It's blank really ain't it. And then the following, this is one of like the lesser ones, but like the next couple things are OKC Russ passed it more, bro, game wouldn't be close if KD didn't get frozen out. So just to give you some context about what they're talking about.
Okay.
So it's like a point guard, basically.
Okay.
Who
I'm
do you think
probably
this is
not gonna-
about?
But what era is this? What team is this on?
The Suns.
I couldn't tell you the Suns. Are we talking about Book here, or who are we talking about?
Close. Think about the other main guard that was on the
I
Suns
couldn't
team.
tell you. This is where my knowledge fails me.
Okay, well, I guess because this doesn't have that much, like, it's not really that evident who he's talking about. It's Chris Paul.
Oh,
It just looks funny because it said CP really ain't it.
Oh, that's a tagline.
Which it's a good take.
He's
I
not
agree with that.
wrong.
Great take,
He's
KD.
not
Nice
wrong.
one. You're in the good books for that. But yeah, this was kind of a sentiment that everyone already knew that KD kind of thought Chris Paul was annoying. And there are other comments.
Yeah, maybe I'm not a CP3 guy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't hate the take.
Yeah, a lot of different players have. Some people have found CP motivating and a great leader. Some people have kind of found him kind of scathing and irritating. KD is clearly in that latter group. It's understandable to see both.
I don't think that's that deep.
Yeah, it's one of
sure
his
it's probably
lesser
not even
things, one of his-
surprising to CP3.
So
I'm sure
this is
about it.
actually one of the very few times he says something good, but it's kind of a backhanded compliment.
Okay.
It's, I miss blank, man. That's a good guy. Slightly delusional, but I understand him. So you got to think about someone that KD's actually friends with. Like still. Who does he still have a good relationship with? This is more a
know,
case of
KD.
who does he not have a good relationship with and who's left.
Well, he doesn't have a good relationship with Russ.
Yeah, okay, it's turbulent for sure. Yeah.
But I don't know who he's actually cool with and who's cool with him. I have no idea.
I'll give you a clue. It's on the Nets. It was during his Nets era.
Is this Kyrie?
No.
Is this D'Lo?
D'Lo, they didn't play together.
Because they got traded
Who
for
is
each
the
other.
other big star? You're missing. It's on. I know you're gonna. It's a brain fart. You're gonna
I-
Who played on the Nets with Kyrie and KD? 2021.
I don't remember, but I could picture somebody.
He
'Cause
was
you're,
like kind of
the-
fat and then got skinnier and then like he got traded again like the year later.
I don't remember.
He's just been traded again.
Did we speak of it in the last episode?
Yes.
Who's on the Nets?
He's 36.
Harden.
James Harden.
No way.
James Harden.
He's talking.
I miss James, man. That's a good guy. Slightly delusional, but I understand him.
That's a good way of putting James Harden.
Yeah, I actually really agree. Like,
I agree with that take. I'm so
pretty-
sorry for being so slow.
pretty valid, honestly.
I'm sure some of you were screaming James Harden through the screen.
But yeah, James Harden, probably the only star that KD is like actively friends with still. Like, I don't think he has beef necessarily with any of the other guys.
I forgot he was on the Nets.
Yeah. It's because he got injured and he was fat and out of shape and he didn't really play all that well. They also didn't win, so
Yeah.
because of the injuries and Kyrie not playing, whatever. But yeah, they still have a good relationship. They've been close since OKC days as well. So cool that he still
That's
has
funny.
some people. Yeah, there you go.
That's kind of funny. I don't mind the take there.
All right, so the next one is that guy Kai. Damn, I just spoiled it completely. So the next one is that guy blank really on his best behavior around the Europeans, but treat his own people like we owe him something. You would have thought me and James were shitting in that guy's cereal. I'm not gonna lie.
I know it's about Kyrie, bro. I know it's about
yeah,
Kyrie.
it's about Kyrie.
I know he likes the Europeans, bro.
Yeah, well, because Luka. Remember how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
like him and Luka were like glazing each other, which I was a fan of. Like,
Yeah.
'cause
'Cause
hell
I do
yeah,
like
Mavs.
Kyrie. Maybe not his flat earth take, but I do
no,
like
yeah,
Kyrie.
World B flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have been in. Well, I mean, he's injured, but
Team World for him.
you
bro.
would have thought me and him were shit. Me and James were shitting in his cereal.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they are funny. The comments
That's
are
what I'm
pretty
saying.
funny.
Like, I don't mind these takes, to be honest.
So the next one is pull the numbers for all those guards, and I bet it's similar all around. And KD says that pick disproved it, though. That's the point. I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me, but that light skin and that triple-double cocaine bear was. Who is the light skin, and who do you think is the triple-double cocaine bear?
What team are we talking about here?
The triple-double cocaine bear is pretty obvious.
The triple double, is that Russ?
Yes, that is
Okay.
Russell Westbrook. He called
You
Russell
talking about
Westbrook
cocaine bear?
I actually think, if you think about it, that is the perfect description for Russell Westbrook. Like, if you watch him play, he's so energetic and everywhere. A triple-double cocaine bear.
Okay.
Like, think about it. Think about a bear on cocaine
actually thinking
as a basketball player.
yeah.
That's got to be Westbrook.
Well, that was
like,
a real story. There's a couple stories about that.
really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to go in depth, but there has been stories of bears eating cocaine and then like ravaging.
Oh, you mean cocaine? I thought you were talking about Ross doing cocaine.
No.
That's crazy.
I'm talking about like actual bears.
Oh yeah, you're a cocaine bear, right? That's the thing.
I swear it's a movie.
Who is the? Yeah, it is. Who is the light skin that he's talking?
I have no clue.
Think about the biggest players he played with. Light skin.
Are we talking about taller or
no, like
biggest?
the best players he's played
Well,
with.
I'm thinking about Kyrie West.
Light skin.
But I know. I'm just talking about big players.
You're missing someone that's so obvious. You've.
What team?
It's too obvious.
No, you got to give me the team.
He's the best player
so
on that team. Just go through the teams that he's played with. It's not Ross.
Light skin is a Curry.
Yes, it is Curry.
Sorry, I'm terrible.
It is Curry. I was not going to give you a clue for that.
Okay.
This one will be straightforward.
Because I know there's two players in this that I don't know, so I always think that the next one is the one I don't know.
Since MJ punched blank in the face, he don't fuck with dark skins. Now, this is a coach that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Who got punched by MJ? Who played with MJ? That's a coach right now.
Don't know.
He hit a big shot in the 98 finals.
Brother, what are we talking about? You think I remember?
Four-time champion as a player.
I don't.
3 on the Bulls, 1 on the Spurs. Part of you were just talking about a guy that he had on his team for ages.
I don't know. Like the more stats you throw me.
Who's the Warriors coach?
Steve Kerr, no?
Yeah.
Is it him?
That's who he's talking about. Steve Kerr got punched by Michael Jordan.
I had no idea. I've never heard about that.
They played together in the Bulls. He hits a big shot.
Okay. That's how casual I am. I'm sorry.
So I need you to see this meme. We'll put it up on the screen for you guys. That's the meme.
Okay, I remember. Okay.
And it's, I started holding blank accountable in film, and guys looked at me like this.
Who's he holding?
So who gets glazed by their team constantly? You got to think franchise player.
What team is this? It's got to be Curry.
It is Curry.
It is Curry.
Steph Curry. Steph Curry. I started holding Steph accountable in film, and people looked at me like this.
I'm sure that was quite weird. What was other teammates looking at like that? Or just people?
Yeah, other teammates. Well, I mean,
who's Curry? Curry's on such a pedestal on Golden State.
Yeah.
Anyone questioning him?
But KD's like that one player that can kind of say that because, like, I mean, KD is probably. I mean, he's not obviously a better 3-point shooter, but I think he's a better overall scorer for sure than Curry is. Like, you know, band for band.
100%.
So, I mean, I don't know why everyone. I don't know why everyone's judgmental.
Why people reacting. I could see people being like,
it's the Steph Glaze. No, he's like their franchise hero. Like he's literally their franchise player.
He is the franchise.
All time, he is their
Golden State. What is Golden State without
play
Curry?
For Golden State, but like people
How
remember
long ago
Curry.
was that, bro?
Yeah.
Golden State in the most
Will was
modern
playing
era.
against plumbers. Yeah, like I get you. Yeah. He really made.
Let's talk about this really
all right.
Anyways.
I swear I miss blank. Least that guy would give me the ball.
So he's talking about some scrub, bro. Like just
yes.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Is this a Rockets guy I won't know?
This guy's not in the league anymore. He's completely gone out the league.
Would I know this player?
Yes. Former All-Star.
That doesn't help, bro. You think I'm
can't shoot for shit. Like no. Like think about think about guards that just can't shoot. He's multiple-time All-Star.
You're gonna have to give me this one.
He was on Philly with Embiid for years. This is.
I'm
the brick. Who is the worst shooting like? Who is point guard that you can think of? Like a brick chucker. On the Sixers.
A brick checker on the Sixers.
He's no longer in the league right now.
I couldn't tell you, bro. I don't know.
He was a first overall pick.
Just cut to the chase.
Ben Simmons.
Fuck. I forgot. I completely forgot this guy existed.
Right? Yeah. Crazy. He's 29 years old, out the league.
I mean, he
no, but think about it. He was a first overall pick,
much of a brick. I'm just stroking this thing.
Yeah.
So much of we're gonna have to cut this whole thing.
We're not cutting that. Multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time All-NBA player. Ben Simmons.
Fair enough.
Because KD obviously wants the ball. Makes sense.
Yeah, I know. And you just want him chucking up fucking stupid shots.
Bro. Exactly.
I understand it.
You're not going to get this one, but 2 dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. The Suns are my team when we lose, and blank's team when we win.
It's got to be Booker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who is the other person you think he's talking about?
But But I thought you were saying
it's
Booker's team when they win in
Stalin and Hitler. So it's like it's him, it's Booker and someone else. You don't know who their coach was at the time.
I don't know
it's their coach. It's Frank Vogel.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, basically, like they got along really well, and KD apparently didn't quite get along with them as much.
I mean, Booker's been the Suns guy for so long.
Well, yeah, but this was also the context of like Booker had just come back from injury and they'd won a game and like they were glazing Booker.
Nobody likes KD in these scenarios.
Well, that's because he's kind of like
he's a controversial guy.
He's made a lot of. I mean, that move to the Warriors was such like a snaky move, wasn't it? It was just kind of snaky, bro. I don't know.
I get it.
That was always
that's my controversial opinion. Like anybody in his position would do it.
100%, but that is also like the equivalent to making a deal with the devil in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because like you've accepted like you're sacrificing probably part of your legacy and part of and definitely your reputation temporarily, although I think KD did earn it back eventually for winning.
Taking a ring over rep.
Exactly, which I can't hate on that. I can't hate on you winning. It just sucked as a viewer because it made the NBA boring because we knew who was going to win.
Yeah, I understand the move, and I understand why fans hated it. Like, I totally understand the controversy around it, but I have to take a step back and go, I would have done the same thing.
But you also make history because that's probably the best team that's ever played.
And I want to be on the best team in history.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you can make it happen, you make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen.
This is the last one. Oh, no, wait. No, never mind. These two, all right, I'm just going to give it to you immediately, are both about current Rockets players. So this would have happened this season.
You have to give it to me, yeah.
Coach called that play to pass to blank, lol. I'm going to turn the ball over with this shitty-ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future.
Damn. He's just straight hate mode right now.
And this was an all-star this year for the Rockets. We've spoken about him already today.
This is it Thompson?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, it was
Sengun.
Sengun.
It was Sengun to Alpi.
Yeah, that makes
Which,
sense.
Which, again,
like,
he's harsh.
Is he that big of a...
Well,
when I think of the Rockets, I don't think of him.
But, I mean, it's because you think of KD. But if they didn't have KD, who would you think of?
Thompson.
That's
me, though.
But Sengun's an all-star. Thompson is an all-star. So Sengun is like...
I understand he's on the same caliber.
He is that second option.
But I don't think of Sengun because I don't know. Maybe as a casual, I don't hear about him ever. I know of him.
Probably casuals only hear about him because of the Jokic comparisons, like the baby Jokic kind of like comparison. Past that, he's just a European big man. It's kind of like Sabonis. People don't really talk about Sabonis or didn't when he was very good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because there's just a better version of that player in Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic is just an infinitely better version of Sabonis and Sengun.
Yeah.
So it means that their kind of like value is just diminished.
Exactly.
And the final one, and this is probably the craziest thing that he said, and definitely probably the thing that will stir the pot the most.
I know there's a slur involved.
Yeah, we obviously won't say that because we're keeping PG. I can't trust blank to make a fucking stop or get to make a fucking shot or get a stop. Just don't give him a tech, to be honest, or tech free throw, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which I assume is after he missed one when they probably needed it. He's low key. R word.
A restaurant.
Yeah, he's low-key a restaurant.
Okay. Do you know what team this is on?
It's the Rockets. This year.
Is he still talking about Sengun then? Or is
no, he's talking about... You're not going to know who this is.
No, it's going to be some random, isn't it? Or is this the guy who really liked him?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Jabari Smith Jr.
Jabari Smith.
This is the craziest one because if you look pre-draft, which by the way, Jabari Smith Jr. was originally the first overall pick, and it was a last-second move. So Shet was kind of definitely going second to OKC.
Yeah.
But there was the Magic didn't know who they wanted out of Paolo and Jabari Smith Jr. I remember days leading up to the draft, like Jabari Smith Jr. was number one. That was the original plan. And then on draft day, they kind of, or late on in the process, they made the option to go ahead with Banchero, which I guess aged well. And Jabari goes to the Rockets. And KD comes, and Jabari Smith Jr. in all these interviews is talking about how KD is his hero. He's the player that he's modeled his game after. He's so excited to learn from this guy. Meanwhile, KD
is out here just shitting on,
and this is
bro.
the same thing with Booker, by the way, because Booker, when they were playing together, was posting things like 36 for life, so 35 and 1 together,
Yeah.
like all of this. And meanwhile, KD is in
Just-
these DMs just straight shitting on them.
Damn. I mean, it goes to show KD's character, and at the beginning I said, like, yeah, it's kind of funny, and I still...
It is kind of funny, but like it's funny unless like you work for that one of those organizations, and then you're like, you've just like aired our dirty laundry out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
as a fan, it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
but
funny
it's like
for anybody else.
if I was your teammate, could I fuck with you anymore? Like you've just straight talk shit about me. Like if you're Jabari Smith Jr., you're crushed.
Yeah.
Your hero has just
That's like
it's awful.
That
and
is
like think about
dreadful.
what that does for the Rockets in terms of like Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. are both two important pieces to that like team, and they were already performing worse towards the All-Star break. It'll be interesting because I mean the West is just it's full of sharks, man. It's full of fucking sharks.
Interesting.
But
that was an interesting segment. I liked going over the KD fights.
Yeah. It was fun. That's what today's episode was more about. We were trying to make it more fun, more lighthearted, just because I feel like last week's episode was very information heavy. But yeah, that's basically all we have for today.
Thanks for watching. This has been the Foreign Take. Deuces.
Peace.